What's up, Soul Tribe? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and here comes the people to mow the lawn as soon as I start talking. Back with another video. Alright guys, so today I want to talk about a topic that we've been on for a little while, but however, we've been talking about the male aspect of narcissism, and today I want to touch on the female aspect of narcissism, because it is very it's not rare for a woman to be a narcissist. Is your lawnmower breaking down, buddy, or what? Anyway, it's not rare or impossible for an actual female to be a narcissist. In fact, it's quite common. It's just not as common as male narcissism. But since guys are since guys are as easily susceptible to narcissism and narcissistic abuse as women, I wanted to make it as fair as possible and definitely raise awareness on the female narcissist as well. Now, they have a lot of similarities to the male narcissist, but they definitely have a lot of differences, or there's a difference in the way that they implement their narcissistic abuse. Typically with a male, of course, they do the hunting. They go out and they search for their supply. They use their charm, their good looks, and just their skilled tactics in order to hook supply for their own selfish gain. Now, with the female, they're typically not the predators, but they make themselves as irresistible as possible. They will kind of come off more subtly. They're the type of woman at work, or they're the type of woman in any environment that you could be around, different kind of people that you interact with, different type of people. They're the type of person that would just do subtle things that you would notice, and over time will kind of play some type of impact on you, whether it's to your heart space, to your sexual desires, or to your mental desires. So a narcissistic woman, like I said, they're the type that heavily use their body and their feminine sexuality in order to hook their prey. They're the type of person that'll walk by you and just be extra touchy-feely. I use work all the time, because most of the time narcissists use work to cheat, because it's the easiest thing. They have to have something that's easily accessible, where they don't have to, where it's easy to make up lies as to where they are when they're supposed to be at home, or anywhere else. So work is the easiest way to do it for a narcissist, and that's why I'm using work as an example here. So if you work with the female narcissist, they'll be the type that kind of just walk by you and give you a very sensual touch on your shoulders, or walk up behind you. They can't talk to you without touching you in some kind of way. And that in a sense is kind of taking your energy and giving you a little bit of theirs. Just remember that, yes, they do like to drain supply of energy, but in the love bombing phase, they will use their energy in order to hook that person before they start to drain them. Somebody used the perfect example as a cup of coffee. Like on your way to work, you could be heavily desiring a cup of coffee to give you energy, to fuel your system, to give you supply. You go, you get this coffee, you're able to tweak it how you want to, add as much cream as you need, add as much sugar as your taste requires, and then you drink it, it's empty, you toss it away, you discard it, right? Okay, that's exactly how a narcissist works. They drink of your energy until you're empty, until you have nothing else. They tweak you in order for you to be in their highest good, or be aligned with them and what it is that they need and their desires, and then they drink all your energy and they throw you away. That's why they are considered energy vampires as well. So like I said, after this person has, in a sense, subconsciously, well, not subconsciously to them, because everything is methodically planned with the narcissist, whether they're male or female, but unbeknownst to their prey, they have been groomed over time, whether it's months, years. There's little subtle hints, favors, sensual touching, just that same mirroring and reflecting back on people what it is that they know they want to hear. Even if they don't, just straight up mirror their supply and like listen to them talk. And see, that's another thing. They'll come off like a confidant, but at the same time, they're listening to every single word that you feed them. That way, they can kind of vomit that same verbiage back to you to make themselves come off as like a soulmate or somebody that you have just this unexplainable connection, chemistry, and compatibility with. They'll come off as a soulmate of yours, even though they're not. They're not a soulmate of anybody. You can't be a soulmate if you don't have a soul. And the narcissist is an empty seater. They don't have souls. So with that being said, after over time of grooming a supply, and they don't care if that man is taken, have a family, or single, but for them it works best if he does have a family or isn't single, because they don't want to give all their time to just any one person. And 9 times out of 10, that feminine narcissist or that female narcissist has a husband or a committed relationship at home themselves. So, even though the male narcissists are usually serial cheaters and they will go the distance of actually having very nasty physical affairs, swinging, group sex, threesomes, all type of nasty, disgusting things like that. And I'm only calling it nasty and disgusting because if you're doing these type of things and your partner doesn't know, then it is nasty and disgusting. You're putting somebody else's health at risk because you don't really give a damn about yourself. And narcissists, they don't give a damn about themselves. That's why they need other people around them to fuel them and lift them up, because they can't get themselves they can't fuel them own selves. They can't provide them own selves with confidence and compliments and just affirmations. They need other people around them to do that. Hence, the whole need for supply in the first place. So, with a feminine narcissist, she will use her body, work a man up, get what she needs out of him, whether that be extravagant gifts, extravagant trips, afternoons out at an extravagant restaurant, evenings out at an extravagant restaurant, just expenses paid, bills paid. Like I said, buying them things that they can't afford to buy themselves, buying them things that their current partner can't afford to buy them, just using a person all along until they can't use them anymore. And just like that cup of coffee, once it's empty, once they're spiritually emptied, mentally discombobulated, emotionally damaged, and their bank accounts is on E, or at least immensely drained, then that's when the feminine narcissist will discard the male supply. So those are just a couple of differences between the male and the female narcissist. Some people will call that shit gang stalking because it don't seem like it. But at the end of the day, I'm not even going to promote no type of paranoia, but it just be funny to me how every piece of noise comes to the surface whenever I'm out here trying to deliver a message that's going to help somebody. Sometimes I gossip with y'all and tell y'all story times, but for the most part, the information that I provide you guys with is to save you guys from situations that's going to require a lot of recovery, and I don't know, just a lot of recovery and a lot of healing. If I can help you guys dodge a bullet, I definitely will. So that's the reason why I do this on an everyday basis. But at the end of the day, those are just a few qualities of the feminine narcissist. They come off very sweet. They come off like a dream come true because, like I said, they mimic other women that they deem to be perfect or ideal woman, whether that be from TV or just women, other women that they are surrounded by. They listen to what it is that you want in a woman. They'll listen to you complain about your woman so that they can make sure that they don't express those same type of qualities, but the exact opposite. They come off as your dream person. They come off as your soulmate. They pretend with all of this sexual flirting and sexual touching that they're going to have sex with you and that they're going to take you seriously and that they love you and that they have feelings for you and that you can trust them. But in all actuality, it's just a manipulation tactic. And if they do have sex with you, then they will use that as a blackmailing tactic in order to continue to get what it is that they want from you until they can't get anything else. So with that being said, guys, just like the women, just like the women, you guys need to be extremely careful which people you exchange energy with. That's Sharon. But you need to be extremely careful who you exchange energy with. Just because somebody is beautiful and charming and they tell you a lot of things that you want to hear, look deeper than that. I know a lot of people that ruin their relationships, ruin their families, ruin themselves, you know, caught STDs from these type of people. Just imagine if they doing it to you and you just some regular old Joe Smo that you feel like, God, I mean, how did I get such a whatever they are? Because a lot of them may not even be attractive. A lot of them may just be ultra confident to the point where they draw a lot of attention, because people who aren't that good looking but they have a sexy body and they very confident, those people just get just as much attention as anybody else that's very attractive. So with that being said, guys, since this asshole keeps riding by on this damn lawnmower knowing that I'm making a video, let me go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah, basically leave your comments down below, especially if you're a man that's had interaction with a female narcissist and you pretty much want to share your story, want to share whatever it is, your experience that you've been through, just to help other guys out, because females aren't the only ones that can go through this. Feminine, women, whatever, the feminine aspect is not the only aspect of this that is damaged and that needs healing after this. So do guys. I know a lot of guys specialists, trauma specialists out here too. So that's how I know that it's men that have actually experienced this, because most of the people that have been through it, they try to become some type of advocate in some kind of way, because like I said, talk therapy is it's like the best therapy. But all right, guys, again, I hope this was informative and it motivated somebody to see things for what it is, see past the illusions, and actually take action when it comes down to dodging a bullet and saving yourself on a mental, emotional, spiritual, and psychological level. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.